In this life, there is really nothing as perfect or even close to perfect. I mean, there's always something missing or something lacking. Be it, someone would have wished to, to have been maybe more tall. Another one maybe would have wished to have been more dark, like Naomi, or another one would have wished to be more light, another one would have wished to be this. There's always something we feel like we would have had either more of or probably less of, and so on. Such is just the world. And among also some of the things that just make us feel less perfect are either within our ability or others are not. And one of the things that can actually really make someone feel probably not sufficient enough, or even sometimes feel like they're not good enough, and really it's not up to them, or rather it's really, really beyond them, is stammering. Hello everybody, and welcome to Naomi's all-inclusive world, where today I will be looking at stammering and just how bad it can get, and probably a few things we can do to make someone who happens to have this condition feel more comfortable. And if we are the ones who have this condition, what we can just do to make sure that it kind of is minimalized, if not completely contained. Now, before I go on, I want to give a big thanks to Lubiri Spa, which has given us this space to do the shoot. Lubiri Spa is found in Embakasi, adjacent to the Embakasi police station on Wanadege Plaza, 4th floor. So make your way there anytime you're in Embakasi, and we'll be glad for your barber services, for your nail services, for your body massage, and just many services that you would want to give a treat to your sweet self. So once again, asante sana Lubiri. Now back to the issue at hand, which is stammering, or like other people refer to it, stuttering. Is actually a neurological condition that makes it physically tricky or hard to speak. And this has nothing to do with an accent, a specific accent per se. It's just a condition that makes it tough to put words out or to really actually speak and communicate. Now, just so I mentioned, stammering is not actually a disability. It's just a condition that can come and go, or can actually come and be minimized and so on. And number two, stammering is not contagious. So if I sit next to someone who happens to have a stammering issue or who stutters, they won't rub it on me, number one. Number two, I won't rub it on them if I happen to be the one who has that. And last time I checked, one who stammers or who doesn't is a person first. They have a name, they have an identity, and so they don't now get a label of a stammerer just because they struggle with stammering. Okay. Now, one of the things that also came out during my study and just my research about this issue of stammering is we actually have mild stammerers, and we also have heavy stammerers, and also apparently we have situational stammerers. Now, a situational stammerer can be anyone, for starters. Is that stammering you get to have when you're found in a tight situation, or when you're under panic, or when you just are caught in a space where you really don't know how to get out or what to say that is right and so on, and you just realize you actually are sounding like you're stammering. So that's why it's just called a situational stammering, and it can befall anyone, including you, who is a fluent speaker, who has never stammered. Yeah, when you're put in a tight spot, you can actually go on some things that usually you speak well on. So yeah, that is what we call a situational stammerer. Now, mild stammerers are just stammerers who kind of just, you can notice they stammer, but somehow they get along, and it's almost like doable, and so on. Whereas heavy stammerers are the ones who really, really stammer until they almost sometimes feel like they're vibrating, like they're shaking, trying to get words out or trying to finish a statement and so on. And they really, really are heavy. Others almost even sweat while trying to finish a statement. Others, you can tell it's heavy on them. So yeah, those are the ones that are called heavy stammerers. Now, some of the things you can do reduce really or to minimize your stammering state, should you be having it, will be a few things, among them this: slow down when you are speaking. Just because stammering in itself actually makes it a bit tough to speak. So should you happen to have this stammering condition, try to slow down whenever you are talking, whenever you are putting across a certain communication, so that then you kind of are not competing with your tongue that is also trying to get out the words. Another way also is just trying to practice what you are planning to give or to deliver or to give in a form of a speech, so that you are very familiar. It will make you calm and like kind of ready for it. Number one, you will actually also kind of not feel like you are on the spot if you will have practiced. Say it's actually a speech you need to give in a conference, or a speech you need to give, say, in a wedding, in a graduation, in whatever event. And if you know that you have this condition, actually try practicing and going through it, practicing before a mirror or before your family members or friends, so that then whatever it is you're going to deliver becomes familiar with you. It will actually reduce your stammering. You can record yourself also as a way of minimizing or reducing this stuttering, especially if it's something that has an option of you delivering it recorded. Then record yourself, so that then you actually, are able to amend or edit some areas that you think can be worked on before you deliver it. Then why not go for it? Record yourself. And lastly, like they say, most of these conditions, can actually get also medically checked and see if there's anything that you can do or your doctor can do to just, make sure there's nothing medically underlying the issue. So that if, for example, say it's your tongue that has an issue that can be medically corrected, or, something like that. The way sometimes kids actually have those grown masses below their tongues and so on, and it could probably stand in their way of them speaking. If it's something that can be medically corrected, then actually have your doctor check and just rule out anything that could actually be medically corrected as well. So this could just be among those many things that you could do to make sure that your stuttering is reduced to a manageable level, really. Another thing that I really need to mention, and this is just now to everyone here being all of us, really, should you happen to be in the presence of someone who stutters or who stammers, really, I hope you really make sure you are the last person making them feel bad. They already feel bad about themselves. So please don't be the one fueling that feeling. Things like, don't be quick to want to finish statements for them. They can speak, they can deliver the message they have, just not at the pace that you are able to, you who doesn't stammer. So don't be quick to jump and try to finish statements for them. It's not kind, so avoid that. Then number two also, the way sometimes we try to mimic them. You think you're being funny. I have covered this in my previous episode. Any joke, any humor around just the world of disabilities and conditions that people struggle with are better off if avoided. And this includes any jokes or just, funny stories around those who struggle with stammering. So again, don't make jokes at them and just laugh at them. However light you think you are being, it might come out as offensive. And lastly, also, if they're not comfortable wanting to be in the spotlight, say they're not comfortable wanting to be the ones speaking on behalf of the family, if they're not comfortable wanting to be the ones leading a certain team for whatever reason, that's okay. Like don't be the one pushing them to be in the spotlight. And really so that they end up being laughed at and so on. I mean, stammering is a condition that anyone can struggle with, and it just tends to put someone on the spot and sometimes on the wrong spot. So if they're not comfortable wanting to be in the lead, and so on, that's okay. Let's respect their wish. I thought I needed to mention that stammering is a condition that a lot of people are struggling with, and we can just we can help by just making sure we treat them as human beings first. Because like I keep mentioning in every episode I do, or at least in most of those episodes I do, we are humans first. We are human beings first. We have a name, we have an identity. So don't also label me a stammerer just because I struggle with stammering. No, I am Naomi first, before the stammering. Okay, I hope this is helpful to someone somewhere. And thank you for your time. For the first timer on my channel, Karibu Sana, and I hope you remember to hit the subscribe button, like and share. And for my returning subscribers, Asante Sana. Let's keep doing this and just spreading this gospel of proper information around the world of disability.